What's up, Warrior Babes? Hey, everybody. Nikki here, and welcome to our Warrior Babe Revolution Rally Call. It is Sunday. It is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am very excited to come to this rally call to fire you up with some motivation and get you guys started on a new week, feeling strong, feeling motivated. And I'm about to pull you guys the fuck out of your own way right now. Just say it for what it is. You guys know that I'm super blunt. Have a gloves-off approach to coaching. So I'm really excited to dive into this rally call with you guys. So go into the Facebook group. Let the other Warrior Babes know that this call is getting started. And this topic is really going to move you guys out of your own way. Simple as that is. I'm excited to chat about it. So go inside the Facebook group. Let the other babes know this call's getting started. They want to hop onto it. It's better to listen to these guys live. I know everybody can't listen to it live, but it's better to listen to it live because, you get off this call and you just be like, all right, let's go. New week. Let's go, right? So let everybody know this call's getting started, and we'll dive in just a couple seconds. But first, I do want to welcome all of our new Warrior Babes into our community. I'm super stoked that we have a bunch of new babes joining us, and you guys are now part of a movement of women. You're part of Warrior Babe, there's thousands of babes inside of here who are getting stronger and becoming a more confident version of themselves. They're building a body that you love. You're doing it. Everybody's doing it. And what's awesome is that we're all doing it together. And even during the times that we're all facing, which I choose to not talk about that in the light of fitness and nutrition, because this is something that we're all collectively dealing with, and we all are, whether it's on social media or it's not, we're all collectively dealing with it. So, but all together inside this movement, inside of Warrior Babe, we're reaching our goals as a community, reaching our goals with like-minded women, and we're here to support and empower each other. So, you new babes, welcome. Warrior Babe is where strong is the new sexy, and I'm really excited that you guys are a part of this community and a part of this movement, where I'm teaching you guys how to not only build a body that you love, but have the strong mindset that's backed by building a body that you love, becoming a stronger, more confident version of yourself. That's what I had to go through in the last 5 years, and that's what I want to give you the tools and the resources to be able to accomplish for yourself. So you new babes are in the right spot. This rally call we do every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I choose a topic that I want to get you guys fired up with for a new week. And usually it's mindset. Sometimes it's macro. Sometimes it's workouts. But I like to hone on the mindset, because the mindset is like the bottom of the iceberg that nobody sees along a fitness journey, right? You may see your family, at the beginning of your journey, and then 6 months later, like, wow, you lost a lot of weight. But what also can come with it is a lot of confidence in your journey to follow through with the actions that you want and need to take in order to reach your goals. And that confidence comes from the mindset side of things. The bottom of the iceberg that nobody sees. Only people see the top of the iceberg, the diet and the tactics and the exercise, but the mindset is really what's most important, because if you believe in yourself, you're going to take the actions which are going to get you the results, which are going to provide positive feedback for you guys to go after and believe that you guys can do this. And this is where I bring these rally calls into play, because each week it really gets you to kick it into high gear and to elevate from a higher perspective, a higher standard that you all should hold for yourself as you guys embark on this fitness journey. Because in order to really change your body composition, it takes a lot of grit, it takes a lot of motivation, it takes a lot of freaking discipline. And this is where I find these rally calls super freaking important, because nobody's going to get anywhere if you have a low energy field, a loser mentality. All right, you got to have a winner mentality, and you got to really push through even when things get uncomfortable, which is exactly what I want to talk about in today's topic. So I'm just going to dive right in because I'm feeling fired up, and I really want to kick this topic off right now. So let's just freaking dive right into it. The topic is to get uncomfortable. And you guys have heard me say this numerous times. You guys have heard me say you've got to get the fuck out of your comfort zone. You've got to change things up. You've got to change your strategies that you've once employed. You've got to trust new methods, new methodology. You've got to embark in and trust in the power of your pursuits, right? These are all encompasses of the previous rally calls in the last couple of weeks I've talked about. And if you guys haven't taken action on anything that I've said, this is where I'm really going to push you guys to drive it forward, to start really taking action. But the number one thing that you guys have to do is you have to get uncomfortable, meaning you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. That is the only way you are going to be able to reach your goals. And I'm just being point blank and point honest. Like, you cannot be doing the same strategies that you were once doing before and think that that's going to work now, and then try and do the same thing, and then 3 months later you're getting the same exact results. I talked about this on previous rally calls, and then I talked about changing up your key terms for success and changing up the methodology and trusting the power of your pursuit and taking action. Now it's really time to talk about getting uncomfortable, becoming that next best version of yourself, becoming, going after your goals, right? It jerks you out of your comfort zone. You guys, prepare yourself for a wild and crazy ride, and it's gonna embark in so many different encounters that you probably weren't ever expecting, and that's good, right? And I'm going to dive into that in a second. But you're going to cover some unfamiliar terrain and encounter obstacles that you've never faced before. Trust me, I'm literally speaking from the power of my own journey and what I have gone through. And you will be thrown curveballs. You will be thrown obstacles that you've never faced before. And it can feel like the safety chain linking you with your behavior patterns that worked in the past is being stretched to the limit. So if you guys have done 1,000 different and tried 1,000 different programs, or you've done keto and you've tried these specific things, you may cling to those specific behavior patterns because they once worked for you before. And I talked about this in a previous rally call, that you may be scared to even move forward and trying different methodologies because you have no idea what the outcome is going to amount to. So it can feel like the safety chain linking you to behavior patterns that worked for you in the past is literally being stretched to the limit. And at times you may wonder if the situation is about to spin out of control, right? When you're trying something new, and I'm going to dive into this in a second, so many new things pop up, so many new problems pop up. And guess what? That's good. And it really comes down to how badass are you willing to become? How badass are you willing to grow? Are you going to let these new obstacles stop you? Or are you okay with getting uncomfortable? Are you okay with learning new things? Because if you are looking to change your body composition and become a more confident, more stronger version of yourself, you are going to have to get uncomfortable with trying new things, with really taking action and trusting yourself on your journey. It is so vitally important to get uncomfortable. If not, you're just going to you're going to stay put. You're going to stay in the same exact energy field. You're going to stay in the same exact position. You're going to stay with the same fucking excuses. So the normal reaction, right, for somebody, normal status quo somebody, wants to hold on tightly because you know these behavior patterns in the past have helped and have worked for you, and you're just okay with being comfortable. But you're going to have to learn to let go. If you are a warrior babe now, and if you are striving for some big goals for yourself, if you are striving to be more confident, guess what? Confidence comes with following through on specific actions and thinking that you couldn't do it and being like, oh shit, I can do it. That's what confidence is. Walking into the gym, being scared shitless of the machines, walking up to the machines, doing the machines, getting up the machines, and be like, fuck, I just did it. Was it really that hard? No. Well, like I said in last rally call last week, we overcomplicate everything. We get in our own way. We spike up a situation that you haven't even done yet, and you go down the rabbit hole of, oh my God, I'm scared shitless. Oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. Oh my God, these people are looking at me. And you actually haven't even partaken in the action. You're just merely creating a scenario inside of your head, and you haven't actually followed through. So right there, instead of following through, you're comfortable staying where you are. Well, guess what? If you want to employ becoming a more confident version of yourself, you're going to have to start taking action that gets you unfucking comfortable. You're going to have, and then you'll realize, this is literally, I've realized this in my own journey, is like you get done the action, you're like, yeah, that wasn't that bad. It's kind of like flying, right? We all get so anxious. I know I do sometimes about getting on a plane. You have no idea. It's not in your control, right? You're not the pilot. And you start playing these scenarios inside of your head like, oh, my God, the plane crashes, I'm dead. And then you land at your destination. You're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. We made it. right? So it's trusting in yourself, because you are in control of your own fitness and your own nutritional habits. You are in control of that. So it's more so trusting and believing in yourself. And sometimes you kind of get in your own way, and you start playing these scenarios inside of your head that haven't even happened yet, and this is where you build anxiety. This is where you build fear-based thoughts. This is where then you decide to stay comfortable because you're afraid to take action. So the normal reaction is to want to hold on tightly, but you're going to have to learn to let go. Becoming that next best version of yourself, reaching your goal, is only achieved through release. Okay, so don't be surprised if you grow uneasy. That's just a predictable part of the process. But the way that you can control it is by knowing where you are going, having this goal, continuing that pursuit, and learning from your mistakes. Legitimately, you guys, it's fucking as simple as that. And like I've said, as human beings like to overcomplicate everything, but it really is just knowing where you're going. What's the goal you want to accomplish? Okay, I'm losing weight, I'm getting toned, I'm building my body. Number 2, continuing in that pursuit, not giving up. And number 3, learning from your mistakes. You fucked up with macros one day, okay, tomorrow's a fucking new day. You don't start over in a new week. No, tomorrow's a new day. You get right back to it. All right, and this becoming that next best version of yourself is literally an act of faith. It's exhilarating and possibly scary at the same time. And you have to give up a large degree of like security and safety, but you have to plow through greater amounts of ambiguity. Oh my God, I can't even say it. Ambiguity and uncertainty, and wrestle with a totally new stuff. You're going to have new problems. You're going to invite new failures, and possibly you're going to be coming up to criticism from people who have been a part of your support system and group in the past, right? You are literally going to come up against these kinds of things when you act on becoming that next best version of yourself. Let me make this a little bit more clear. When you act on becoming that next best version of yourself, you are acting on a leap of faith. It's scary, and you have to give up that security and safety at some times. You have to plow through confusion, learning new things, uncertainty, and you're literally being presented with new problems, right? Like if you guys have never tracked macros, well, that's a new problem. Okay? If you've never logged your meals the night before, well, that's a new problem. Right? If you haven't done the workouts like WarriorBabe does workouts, well, that's a new problem. All right, you're going to fail. You have to invite that failure. You have to be like, okay, well, I'm going to screw up along my journey, and you have to be okay with that. And then you're going to possibly come face-to-face with criticism from other people who are part of your support group, and they're being like, well, why are you doing this? Do you think you can do this? Why are you eating this way? Why are you working out? Oh, my God, if I had a penny for every single time somebody said that along my journey, I'd have $200 to $500. No joke. And even just thinking about that, does that make you uncomfortable? Coming up with new problems, facing new problems, inviting failure, and then coming face-to-face with your support system, being like, this is my goal, this is my journey. I don't care what you say. Remember, you guys, they're only thinking from the lens of their own perspective. So if you're going after a goal, they're thinking from the lens of their own eyes, and they're like, I can never do that. So then they project that negativity onto you. It's just a natural thing that humans do, and I don't know why they do it, but they do it. That's where you literally have to block that down. All right, but just thinking about that, does that make you uncomfortable? I mean, having a face-to-face conversation about your journey, and then basically saying, well, kind of like, screw you, I'm still going to do it. And then, like, if you fail, that makes you uncomfortable, right? Or new problems, like having to figure out macros. It's kind of an uncomfortable process at first. If that makes you uncomfortable, that's a good fucking sign. Because if you're not experiencing any anxiety or discomfort or, the risk that you're taking, then it's probably not worthy of you where you are right now. If you are going to stay in the loser's mentality, if you're going to stay making the excuses, then the journey that you want to pursue on is not worthy of you right now. If you aren't experiencing some kind of discomfort, some kind of failure, then you need to raise your standards. You need to raise your standards. You need to level up. Because when you level up, you operate from a new frequency. You operate from a new energy field that's like, I'm going to fucking do this. And you don't let old excuses or old habits or old patterns come into play. You've literally leveled up and raised your standards. If there's a point in your life right now that something isn't a little scary, like these workouts or these macros, like if it's not like daunting to you, then you've kind of outgrown where like it's saying like a high comfort level provides solid evidence that you're playing it safe. So if you're operating from that comfort zone, you're just fucking playing it safe. If you're operating from the behavioral patterns, the excuses, literally saying the same shit day in and day out, and you're 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and you haven't gotten the same results, your actions are still, you're not hitting your macros, you're not paying attention to your workouts, you're getting maybe 3 out of the 4 or 4 out of the 5 you should be hitting, you're literally operating from a fucking comfort zone. You're playing it safe. Like, joke's on you if you are not hitting your macros or trying to make it better. You're playing it safe. You're not growing. You're not testing your limits. You're not testing your standards. And you're not actually in the process of becoming that next best version of yourself. You're literally staying in the safe zone. You're literally staying comfortable. Sorry to break it to you, but you are not becoming the next best version of yourself. You might be making gradual progress. Yeah, sure, that's possible. But you're obviously not going for a breakthrough for yourself. You're not going to become that next best version of yourself if you aren't raising your standards, if you aren't operating from a different frequency, if you aren't getting uncomfortable, if you aren't inviting these uncomfortable situations, like what I'm saying, like, you know, having a new set of problems, learning macronutrients, hitting your macronutrients. Like, if you're just brushing it off and be like, oh, tomorrow's a new day, like, stop that. Raise your freaking standards. Becoming that next best version of yourself and focusing on bigger goals for yourself, building a body that you love, doing things that you've never done before, eating more food, this carries you beyond your commonplace, beyond the everyday habits. And literally, it calls for more grit. It calls for more of a badass personality. It calls for a more stronger-willed person. So I want you guys to know, go into it expecting discomfort. Go into your journey expecting discomfort. Even where you are now, if you're tripping up, expect this discomfort. Reach further. Reach higher. Get uncomfortable. I'm going to close out with saying this with you guys. It's been said that if you will do the thing that you fear, death of fear is certain. Courage is not the absence of fear and anxiety. It's proceeding in spite of those feelings. Moving forward, the way that you build courage for yourself and build confidence for yourself is by moving forward even if you are scared or you have anxiety or you don't know what's going to happen. There's a bunch of uncertainty. You still move forward, and that's where you build your confidence. That's where you build your courage, and that's where you build becoming a stronger, more confident version of yourself. Once you follow through with the actions you know you need to take, by merely just setting up your macros the night before, by merely crushing your 5 out of 5 workouts in a week, by hitting your cardio 4 out of 4 days. If you can get in that routine habit, it's going to become a subconscious behavior for you, and you're going to create these new behavior patterns that move you towards these types of goals that you want to accomplish. But you got to take action first, and you've got to be okay with getting uncomfortable. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. All right, babes. So that concludes my rally call for you guys today. Really don't just take what I'm talking about with a grain of salt. Like, actually act on it. Set some high standards. Operate from a different frequency. Come face-to-face with somebody who's not supporting you and just be like, hey, look, these are my goals. Okay, if you want to join in on my goals, awesome. If you don't, let me be and let me continue with my goals. That's where you find your inner confidence. And also by taking action. All right, so let me know how you guys like today's rally call inside the Facebook group. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take action on it. It's a new week. Kickstart this week strong. Follow through. Right? Believe you can, take the actions, get the results, and then just create more positive feedback for you on this journey. I will see you guys on Wednesday for our live Q&A inside of our community. Until then, guys, show the fuck up, raise those standards. All right, bye, everyone.